All right, let's just get right into it. Let's talk about that feeling. You know the one I'm talking about. That reoccurring nightmare where you're suddenly exposed. And I mean really exposed. No filters, no good excuses, nothing to hide behind. Just you. That's what we're diving into today. What happens when there's nowhere left to hide?
And I'm serious. Take a second and actually think about it. What's that one thing for you? That secret you've guarded your whole life, that thought you're ashamed of, that thing you did that you just buried. The thing that, if it got out, you feel like it would just ruin you. Got it in your head?
Okay, well, here's the thing. That secret you're thinking about right now, the one you just pulled up from the vault, he already knows all about it. And that single, simple fact, well, it changes absolutely everything.
Because, let's be real, we're all playing this hiding game. It's not like you're the only one. This is a fundamental part of the human experience. We're all professional hiders.
And man, our fig leaves have just gotten way more sophisticated, haven't they? It's that perfect Instagram life that shows you on vacation, but not the fight you had in the hotel room. It's the automatic, I'm fine, you say when you're actually coming apart at the seams. It's that slick professional profile that makes you look like a rock star. And yeah, it's the incognito tab. All of it. It's just digital camouflage we use to cover up our own stuff.
But this isn't some new, modern problem. This is literally the oldest play in the book. Goes all the way back to the very beginning. You got Adam and Eve in a perfect garden. They make one wrong move, and what's the first thing they do? They hide. They try to cover up. Their physical nakedness wasn't the real issue. It was just the outward sign of their new spiritual exposure.
And that right there, that's the whole key. What's happening on the inside always leaks out into the physical world. Our actions, the way we talk, what we do when nobody's looking, it's all just a printout of what's really going on in our souls. You can only fake it for so long.
So what happens when the game is over? What happens when you run out of places to hide? When someone just flips on the lights and you're caught, just standing there?
Now look at this. This isn't just some random guy having a panic attack. This is Isaiah, a major league prophet of God. He gets one little glimpse of God's pure holiness, and he just melts. He doesn't go, wow, pretty cool. He says, I am undone. It's over for me. That pure light instantly showed him every crack, every flaw, every dirty little secret in his heart, and the weight of it was just crushing.
And it's not a one-off thing. Check this out. John, the apostle, the guy who was Jesus' close friend who leaned on him at the Last Supper. He sees the risen, glorified Christ, and what happens? Boom, face plants, falls down like a dead man. This is not a warm, fuzzy, gentle feeling. This is a total system overload when faced with pure reality.
And it just builds from there. This is what it looks like at the end for people who never stop playing the hiding game. The final unavoidable exposure is so terrifying that they are literally screaming for mountains to crush them just so they can get away from that gaze. I mean, just think about that. Imagine being so terrified that being crushed to death by a mountain sounds like the better option.
There's a word for this feeling, and it's so much deeper than just fear. The word is dread. It's that moment of collision. It's divine purity slamming into human imperfection. It's that gut-wrenching, absolute knowledge that all your masks, all your excuses, all your pretenses are completely and utterly worthless.
You know, the Bible describes God as a consuming fire, and that's not just about destruction. Think about what a fire does. It reveals. It burns away everything that's fake, all the impurities, the illusions, the lies we tell ourselves, until only the truth is left. And standing in that fire, well, it's either going to be terrifying or it's going to be refining. Which, of course, brings us to the biggest question of all. If this exposure is coming for everyone and this fire is real, what in the world are we supposed to do? Is there any actual shelter from this storm?
I mean, that's where your brain goes next, right? If guys like Isaiah and John, who were the real deal, couldn't even stand up to it, what chance do the rest of us have? Are we all just headed for that, hey mountains, please fall on us moment? So this is where it all splits. Two totally different paths, but you're standing in front of the exact same fire. If you're standing there uncovered, it is pure, inescapable terror. Your conscience, the thing you've ignored your whole life, suddenly wakes up and just screams in agony. That's the gnashing of teeth. But if you're covered in Christ, that same fire does something totally different. It's not exposure, it's a revelation. It doesn't bring terror, it brings awe. It doesn't destroy you, it purifies you. See, it's the same light, it's the same fire, it's the same holiness. The only variable is the covering. For those covered by Christ, the fire burns away all the junk and leaves the person standing clean, purified. For
For those without that covering, the fire just burns, and all that's left is the exposed sin.
Okay, so this has all been pretty intense, cosmic level stuff. How do we bring this down to earth? How does this actually change the way we live our lives, tomorrow morning? How do we stop playing the hiding game right now?
It's really about 4 things. First, just acknowledge the gaze. Just stop pretending he doesn't already see everything. The game is up. Let it go. It's exhausting anyway. Second, surrender the illusions. Just drop the masks. Drop the pride. Lay it all down. Third, worship with reverence. Remember, he's not just your pal. He's that consuming fire. A healthy sense of awe is a good thing. And finally, number 4, and this is huge, listen to your conscience. That nagging little voice isn't trying to ruin your fun. It's a lifeline. It's trying to guide you back to safety.
And this might be the biggest shift in perspective you can make. The next time you feel that sting of guilt because you know you messed up, don't run from it. Thank God for it. I'm serious. That feeling means your spiritual heart is still beating. It means your conscience hasn't gone dead. It's a signal flare that grace is still reaching out, trying to get your attention. So that's what I want to leave you with. That inner voice, that sting of conviction, it's not a curse, it's a gift. It's a guidance system designed to keep you from wandering off a cliff in the dark. So the only real question left is, are you listening to it?